Today we're going to cover part 2 of lesson 8.2, which is the perimeter of composite figures. We're going to do a couple sample problems and then we'll talk about our assignment. So the first sample problem I have is that you are having a swimming pool installed and we're going to find the perimeter of the pool. So you can see I have the graphic of what the pool looks like, and we want to find the sum all the way around the figure to get the perimeter. So if you notice, I have most of the sides, but I'm missing 2 of the sides. This is the most common mistake that kids make when they're working these problems, is sometimes they miss one of the sides and then their answer's off just by a little bit. So you have to make sure you get every single side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the word length here and here as well so that we can figure out those measurements, and then we'll be able to add up all the sides. So we're going to aim for getting this length right here first. If this length were to go all the way across here, it would be the same as this one up here. It'd be 40. But if you notice, we're missing this little piece where the water is. That little piece where the water is would actually be the same as down here, 12 feet. So if the whole thing was 40, but we have to take away where the water is, which is 12 feet, 40 minus 12 would mean that this length right here is 28. So 28 feet. Similarly, we have to find this length right here. So I'm going to look at the other sides that are parallel to this. If I were to go up this length and include through the water, that would be the same as this outside of the pool, which is 28 feet. But since we're missing this piece right here, which is the same as this over here, it's 12 feet, I have to do 28 minus this 12 feet to figure out my missing length. So 28 minus 12, my answer would be 16 feet. Now all I have to do, since I have all the sides, is I simply have to add up all the sides. So I'm going to find the sum. I'm just going to make a big addition problem here. So I have 40 plus 12 plus 28 plus another 28 plus 16 plus 12 more. We're going to get a grand total for our sum. And I could use a calculator. You can do it by hand on your paper, either way. But when we add all of these numbers together, we get a grand total of 136 feet for our perimeter. So my answer is 136 feet. I'm going to show you a short video that explains another example that has a semicircle in it.
The figure is made of a semicircle and a square. Find the perimeter. So here's our figure. We see the bottom is a square and the top is a semicircle. And since this bottom is a square, we can label the last 2 sides also as 5 meters. So then the inside will be 5 meters as well. This is helpful because this 5 meters is also the diameter of our semicircle. So now we have the 3 sides of our figure, and we just need the circumference of this semicircle to finish our perimeter. So to find the circumference of a semicircle, we will first start out by using the formula for the circumference of a circle, which is C is equal to pi times the diameter. And since this is a semicircle, it is half of a circle. So we'll be dividing by 2. So now to find the circumference of a semicircle, we will use 3 1400ths for pi and multiply that by the diameter, which is 5. And then divide by 2. So 3 1400ths times 5 is equal to 15 7/10. Then we divide by 2. 15 7/10 divided by 2 is 7 8500ths. So now we can label the semicircle as 85 meters. Now that we have all sides of our figure, we can find the perimeter by adding them. So the perimeter is equal to 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 7 and 85 hundredths. This is equal to 22 and 85 hundredths. And don't forget to add your units, which is meters. So the perimeter of our figure is 22 and 85 hundredths meters.
What we're going to do today is for our assignment we're going to do puzzle sheet 8.2. You can print the worksheet or you can do the problems in your notebook. I will also tell you that in that worksheet, I have put text boxes for you to write your answers, as well as when you figure out what the puzzle is, the link to submit your answer to your puzzle is directly in the slides. So you'll just click on that link and then submit your final answer so I can see your worksheet with your answers, as well as you'll fill in a quick Google form with your final puzzle answer. If you need any extra examples, you can see page 327 in your textbook, and there is one more example that's worked out there if you need extra help. Be sure to reach out if you have questions.